Hello, my name is Dr. Anthony Basil, and I will be walking through the Webinar Profile Toolkit with you. On the opening page, there's some fields that you can fill in to give us some background information if you choose to email me the completed toolkit at abasil@gmail.com. The next section is the induction page, where you'll be able to get some text instruction on how to use the toolkit. Similar to what this video walkthrough is doing. Then also some information about general interpretation with respect to Moore's transactional distance. So if you have a low transactional distance score, then that means that your webinar may fall into an instructional behaviorist category or design. And on the other hand, if your score is between 1 and 0, then that means that you may be working more in terms of an open-ended problem solving or brainstorming type of webinar design. And this could lead to giving the learners more of an opportunity for autonomous learning. So diving in, we have the first section, which is the structure of the webinar. And here you can see we've got pre-event description, whether or not that's been built into the structure. If you've got an introduction for the tutor, we should measure whether or not there's any types of aims or learning objectives that falls into that category. You can see that we also have what we could call foundation information. If you've got underpinning data, resources, any tools or software that would be needed for the webinar. Now, formative assessment would be if you're doing any type of feedback opportunity. It could be within that one webinar, or it could be that you have a series of webinars over an entire semester. Application of knowledge should be built into the webinar design as well to see whether or not the learners have an opportunity to actually use the knowledge that's being presented. And also synthesis. Are you factoring in the opportunity for them to combine bits of the webinar and then create a new unique innovation? Prediction would be from evidence-based information that you're given through the webinar and given the opportunity to identify trends and then make predictions. Try to also consider, for number 9, whether or not there's any type of post activity structure. And of course, we want to factor in the evaluation survey. Moving on to the dialogue part of the transactional distance. We are, again, are looking to see if there's any kind of discourse opportunity before the event. If there's participation for the various delegates to be able to introduce themselves. You might be working with teams, so you might have an opportunity to do team psychometrics, which would be valuable to do beforehand. Participants have the opportunity to share tacit knowledge and prior knowledge with the event. Peer review discussion is an element that would be part of the dialogue for transactional distance, along with the opportunity for the group to negotiate their analysis. Same as before, synthesis, we would have brainstorming opportunities and perhaps opportunities to make predictions through creative mind mapping. After the event is over, we would hope that the delegates and participants would have the opportunity to build a virtual community, and the survey would be in a more open-ended category. Now, once that has happened, you'll see that we have the summary, and that will give you the profile of your particular webinar. The reference section is at the end, and you would then be able to finish off with the evaluation, which is an online Google form. So thank you very much, and we hope that this has been helpful.